door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com. Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers and storms early this morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny and warm with the high near 82. Tonight, a chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly cloudy, low near 60. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm with the high near 83. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot, and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh, wait. You already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Welcome in to We Talk Facts with 9-year NBA veteran and Nebraska basketball Hall of Famer Eric Strickland and two-time Nebraska football national champion Lester Johnson. Talking and taking names in sports and day-to-day living. Sit back, relax, and join the show with 9-year NBA vet and Nebraska basketball Hall of Famer Eric Strickland and two-time Nebraska football national champion Lester Johnson.
Once again, you know what it do. We Talk Facts is back to holla at you. Stricky here in the D-Town, CJ Sr. there in Omaha, Nebraska, and the young CJ Jr. is in Denver. What's poppin', my boy? Why are you here first and foremost? I just want to understand. You don't know nothing about facts, so I don't know why you're on the show today, but hey, we gonna see what you got going on. Talk to me. How you doing, fellas? I'll give a little breakdown. Well, let me give you a little first. Let me just do that. Welcome to WTF. We Talk Facts right here every Thursday, 6 to 7. We've had state tournament stuff going on in the last few weeks, but we are glad to be back and chimed in and tuned in with you as you're tuned in with us. Joining us again today is CJ Johnson, Cluster Johnson Jr. He is the former 2015 Gatorade football player for Nebraska, two-time Super State football wide receiver. He still holds a lot of the receiving records there for the state of Nebraska. And we ain't going to say the other one because we had a pro style. They had a, you know what I'm saying? We didn't throw as much as them. So it's the same thing as if they used to say Jordan can't shoot threes, but he didn't have to shoot threes to get money. You know what I'm saying? So CJ, he got busy. He took some of Stricky's records. Shout out to him. Basketball state champion in 2014. Welcome, young fella. How are you?
I'm good. It's a pleasure to be here amongst some Nebraska greats.
Well, we definitely appreciate you. Cluster, how are you today, my friend?
It's an honor. It's a pleasure. It's good to see old grown-up CJ. My man will be 29 here pretty soon. He's coming up on his 10-year reunion.
Wow.
WS. He had, the thing about, I would just say this, the thing about once you get done with all of your sports from high school to college, you reflect back and you say, you know what, man, I was able to do some cool things. I was able to accomplish some cool things. So that's one thing I was very happy about the Johnson boys. Like when they were to look back, they're gonna be able to say, man, I was able to, experience some college sports, had some success in high school. So that's what when I look at CJ and Cade and Keegan, like I'm just in awe of more of what they've done versus anything I've ever did. So
Yeah, no doubt. So as we get into it, man, break it down, man. Take the lead. What was that? Oh, so go break it down, man. Take the lead. I definitely want to. I've watched him come up, and I've watched how skilled he was. He was definitely a great football player. A lot of people don't know that he had the privilege of also playing with Josh Allen. Josh Allen was his quarterback. Cluster had tremendous upside. There was a lot of things he could have done as far as being a football player, but ultimately he chose other things. And so, tell us a little bit about that, man. Your career, why you decided one that football was it for you, and then on the other end, why is it that you decided to leave the game alone and go a different path?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I will say to start off, I didn't want to leave the game. The game forced me out. Hate to say it, but injuries happen, and a tough knee injury, forced me to retire. That's the only thing that I still get sad looking back on, is that I wasn't able to kind of go out the way that I wanted to go out. I was forced out, which happens. It happens. I mean, there's plenty of great players that weren't able to fulfill what, they thought they were able to due to injury. Thinking one basketball, Brandon Roy, fantastic player.
Good. That's a good one.
Couldn't finish his career. It's football and basketball here. I can talk game all day. I'm a ball knower now. Go ahead.
I got a question for you, CJ. Now that he is this bustling old man and have a lot of experience, let's start a little bit with high school. Was able to break in as a sophomore and start and have a really good sophomore year. Started breaking records his junior year. So when I look back on CJ's career, I mean, he had quite a few highlights. So I wanted to ask CJ, now that you've had a chance to reflect back on the last 10, 11 years, what stands out to you when you left high school? When you look back, give me two, three. What are your 2, 3 top things that you was like, man, that was pretty cool that I was able to experience or do?
Don't get it twisted. I played as a freshman. So.
Oh, that's right. You did.
See, we didn't see. That's another thing. We didn't get to do that in class.
Oh, geez, here we go.
We didn't.
We didn't get to do that. They didn't let.
You were good enough to bust up to Bellevue West. You were good enough to. So if someone was good enough, they'd bust them up.
Thebo, that's a fact. Thebo, our 8th grade team was better than our 9th grade team. We used to beat the brakes, and I'm sure you could probably have some of those similar stories over at Logan. When we used to scrimmage, did y'all ever scrimmage the 9th grade team?
Well, I didn't play basketball, right?
No, I'm talking about football.
No, that never happened. That never
happened? When we was at Mission, no, they wouldn't let us do it with our 9th grade team.
I came as a freshman. I didn't.
Oh, you came on your freshman year. Okay, so that's right. So my 8th grade year, because we literally dominated everybody. Yeah. So they literally, in order to give us a challenge, we would scrimmage the 9th grade team and we would beat the brakes off of them.
Okay, Eric. Let's go back to CJ. CJ, give me 3.
I'm just saying. He said it wasn't a fact. Where are we at, Custer? We talk facts.
We do talk facts. CJ, give me 3. Give me 3 memorable moments that you can think of in high school and tell me why those moments.
Okay. My number one, it's the thing that I miss most about sports, is playing with my brother. That was There's nothing like sharing the field, the court with your brother. I remember when my last basketball game, I was really emotional after that. And I was most emotional about not being able to play with him again. Obviously, if things happen, we down the road were able to, but it's not the same as in high school and stuff like that. There's no one. It's fun to go to war with your teammates and stuff, but there's nothing like going to war with your brother.
So the brother he's talking about, just so we all know, because there's listeners that are here, we're speaking with C.J. Johnson, Cluster Johnson Jr. We've also had Keegan Johnson, who is the youngest of the Johnson boys. Well, not the youngest. There's a younger one that's on the way. His name is Kai Johnson. But Keegan, he's also spent some time with us. He was formerly at Kansas State. And then we're talking about Cade Johnson. He was the middle child at one point before little Kai came. And so they got a chance to play together. Go ahead.
Yeah, so playing with Cade, it's hard to pick one in football because we weren't that great. Like I lost in the first round of playoffs all 4 years of my career. So I can't be like, oh yeah, here we went to the state championship and won it all. I mean, Keegan got to do that, Cade got to do that. I was the catalyst for that those Huffman years. I mean, I guess just being better than everybody else is what I can say. I mean, there's not much.
Let me give you some. Let me throw some things out to you and tell me what your thoughts were on winning the state basketball championship, state basketball title. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, that one was fun.
Strick never got a chance to do, but keep going.
Because I was the catalyst that led them. You know what I'm saying? So he gets to say it and I can't. You know what I mean? Okay, go ahead.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair. Yeah, that was fun. Shout out to Coach Woodard. I think he's the greatest coach in high school basketball in state of Nebraska. We were not supposed to win that tournament at all. I mean, we came in as I think we were the 5th or 6th seed. Our first round game was against the 3-time defending state champ Central. And, I just was excited to play in Pinnacle Bank. It was the first year that they had the tournament at Pinnacle Bank. But I'll tell you what, Woodard is the master at game planning and, setting us up for success. He threw us in that zone against Central. They couldn't hit a single three. The next game, Norfolk, I got to guard Hagedorn, which I love guarding tall players. Like, it was my favorite. And then we somehow made it to the championship against Westside and had to go into overtime. I had a few 5-second calls at the end of the regulation. Me and Malik, that should have never got that point. But yeah, we won. I was dumbfounded that we did it, but Woodard put us in a place of success. So let
me throw something else out at you, CJ, and give me your.
No, let we got a question here that came in before you throw that. Yeah. Jay Sheaf says, "Can we talk about the CJ's free throws during the championship game?"
Oh,
I just want to know what he had to say.
He's got friends that tuned in.
I cannot believe they just said that. Yeah, I went 1 for 6 in the closing moments. But you know what? The ring still fits the finger.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh.
Real quick. I got one question just on a personal level, because some people, some of our listeners, again, thank you for joining in and tapping in WTF We Talk Facts. Joining us is Cluster Johnson Jr. today. But listen, you had the privilege. A lot of people don't know that I actually was a coach for a year, I think your junior year, right? Mm-hmm. I was a coach at Bellevue West for that junior year run. It came up a little short. Haluchiweki and you and a nice group of guys that you guys had that time. What was it like having to deal with Stricky when Stricky had to be the number one guy? You know what I mean? When you knew you was gonna have to go up against a killer in the Metro, and they made Stricky be that guy. Talk to your people about that.
Well,
And
I only.
we talk.
I am.
Don't go over there telling no stories. We talk facts.
Hey, listen, I am. I'm about to break it down. All right. I only ever knew you as the fun-loving uncle. But when I got to face you on the court, you were a demon. I actually think I hated you for a couple of months.
You did. I could tell you did.
And then you would come in and rip us at halftime of games. You were almost.
Oh man.
I remember Strick used to be so
You're like,
frustrated.
yeah! Throwing things around. Oh my goodness.
A very passionate coach.
Hey, you just wanted it for us, so I can.
I wanted it for you, and that's the hard thing, CJ. It's hard. Tell the truth. But tell that about that. That's a story. That's a story that you've been able to witness and see probably in some of your teammates. I think that's a great learning lesson. Tell us like how difficult it is to pump and prime and want something for someone that they don't want for themselves.
I mean, I guarantee so many people experience that same thing with me, because I used to not, when I was younger. I mean, I know my dad probably attest to this. I didn't want it that bad. I just went out there because I was good. I was good enough, and sometimes I just didn't have that mentality that you need to really excel at it at an extra level. Cade has that level. Keegan has that level. I'm sure Kyle will have that level. I just sometimes didn't want it mentally. It wasn't probably until I was a sophomore in college when I was like, you know what, something has to change, or else I'm just going to stay the same, and I'm just going to let everyone pass me by. So, yeah,
garage doors can break down or quit.
Important, honestly.
What are we like on time?
We're still sitting good. You guys got about like 7 minutes.
Okay, quick one. See, 2 moments in high school, and then we can maybe transition to college. Talk about college a little bit. 2 standout moments to me. Beating Omaha North when they go on to win the state championship, and losing to Creighton Prep when all 3 receivers had over 150 yards. Talk about those 2.
Whoa.
I'll talk about the Prep one really quick, because that one is, we broke the state record for receiving yards in a game, for passing yards in a game.
And it is still the record.
We had 600 passing yards in the game. We had -1 rushing yard. -1. We got stuffed at the goal line 3 different possessions. We couldn't run the ball to save our life. And we still
Jalen Bradley was out. Jalen Bradley was out in the game, yeah.
We still only lost the game by like 3 points, but we had -1 rushing yard to 600 passing yards. So that one was tough. But the Omaha North game, that's a testament to Huffman putting us in good positions. I think one thing that stands out heavily in that game is right before halftime, we ran the hook and ladder before. I don't think Omaha North was expecting it. And we took like a 24-point lead. And thank God we did that, because they came storming back. We held on for a 7-point win. But I mean, those 2 years, my junior and senior year, those Omaha North teams, they were moving different. So
that was their only loss.
Their only loss those 2 years was against us. So hey.
Yeah. Okay. CJ wins Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Nebraska for football. He goes to Wyoming. We ain't gonna talk about everything that happened at Wyoming, but CJ, when you look back, Eric mentioned that you played with Josh Allen, who's just signed a $250 million, $300 million deal. Yes. CJ, I think CJ was second in the Mountain West in receiving touchdowns one year, second or third. He had 8. He was led the team in touchdown catches one year. What was your standout moment, CJ, in Wyoming that you said, "Man, I'm in a groove now"?
Yeah, can I waffle on for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, it was, I want to say, the 4th or 5th game against Texas State. So it was my sophomore year. I was struggling. I had a bad first game against Iowa. And you know, we live in the social media world. I was getting it from all angles. You know, I dropped a touchdown. I wasn't having a good game. I let it get to my mental heavily. Put me in a bad spot. So then I had a couple really bad games. Hawaii, I dropped three or four passes. Another game I dropped a ton of passes, and I got benched actually. And so a lot of people don't think about, you know, the mental toll that it can take, especially after not playing well, and you're just getting it from all angles, and just people are just dogging on you. So I was able to, you know, I actually went to a sports therapist. They helped me out immensely. Jack helped me out. He was our team psychiatrist. And then kind of the first game I got back into the groove was against Texas State. I had 2 touchdowns and like 70 yards, and Coach Bull gave me the game ball with tears in his eyes because I don't think he thought I was going to make it back to that point again.
You was in a sunken place. You was in that sunken place.
I was.
Yeah.
I was. But a lot of people don't talk about sometimes the mental toll that the game can take on you, because it's football. It's a brute sport. You know, they say just, you know, go out there and numb it all and just play. But, you know, we have emotions. We're human at the end of the day. So definitely that Texas State game is probably one that comes to mind.
Very nice.
Yes, we got to have a quick one here. I think Harrison's probably going to give us, if you got a quick and a short answer one, class, you know, you can run it to CJ at this point, because we're going to have to get to break.
You know, I guess the last thing I would say is if you want to mention who your roommate was for 5 years and how you guys are still, you know, connected.
Yeah.
You want to give Dewey a quick shout out?
Shout out to Dewey. Shout out to my 5'11" and my roommate Andrew Wingard. Duval, he's on Jacksonville. So yeah, I mean, he's going into year 6, I want to say. You know, shout out to all the Wyoming boys that were on the team. I couldn't believe it. I mean, there's, I think, still 6 or 7 kicking it in the league. You know, Marcus Epps, Carl Granson, Logan Wilson, Andrew Wingard, Josh Allen. That's a name. Some people probably don't know very well, but Josh Allen, pretty good player.
CJ came in with an incredibly good class, and there are still, like you said, 5 or 6 guys in the league that have signed huge contracts and have done very well. So he had a pretty good experience in college. I bet he's glad he stayed, because there was a moment.
Oh yeah,
there's a message to all the kids out there. If you can get through that first year, because that's the toughest year. Even for myself, when I look back, I'm sure Strickland can attest to that.
Gotcha.
EJ, real quickly in 1 minute, tell me about your first year and how you made it through.
That's the best decision I've ever made in my life, was to stick around and continue to play, because I would have just gone back to Nebraska. God forbid, I love all my friends back in Nebraska, but I would have just went to Lincoln, fallen into all that stuff. Never got to be able to experience the things I got to experience and play with the players that I got to play with. And it honestly, the people around me helped me not quick. Actually, shout out to Dewey's dad. He would see me every time and he would be like, "Tell me who loves you." And I'd say him. And then he'd be like, "I don't want to see you quit. I don't. Just give spring ball a chance." And actually, Coach Grant was a huge reason why I was able
Mike Grant was his coach.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome.
There it is. CJ Johnson joining us on WTF We Talk Facts. A little inside story, little background on him. We appreciate him, but we're going to come back and talk a little basketball, and we're going to discuss someone who is local to him and talk about some of the greats of all time in the NBA. We'll be right back. WTF We Talk Facts right after this.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays. Games of bowling, shoe rental, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
I used to smoke. I thought of cigarettes as my best friend.
They were always there for me when I needed a break.
I also thought cigarettes were my best friend, and then they gave me peripheral artery disease.
I smoked and had a stroke. Actually, multiple strokes.
I smoked and have heart disease. Here's my tip. If cigarettes are your friend, you need a better friend.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
Once again, we're back on WTF We Talk Facts. We thank you guys for staying with us, especially while we were gone for the last few weeks due to the state tournament being in place. Great action both on the women's and the men's side. And now WTF is back, but joining us today is one of the Johnson brothers and boys. You know what I'm saying? Part of the Flock Squad, you know, T-Bird Nation, whatever you want to call it. It's a family affair right here. And but we're going to talk a little bit about where you are now, being that you're in Denver, Colorado. Real quick, before I ask the question of the day for that, how has it been with the transition from Omaha? You were in Wyoming, it's Laramie, and then now you find yourself in Denver, you know, a pretty big metropolitan city, doing your own thing, living on your own, got a good job. You know, what's it been like to transition there, you know, and be there in Denver?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I love it. There's plenty to do on any given day. Not saying that there's not in Omaha, but a lot more younger people just out and about doing stuff. I think Omaha is the best place to raise a family. But when it comes to doing things as a young adult, I think that Denver is a more appealing. And, you know, you have the mountains right here. It's really nice. I mean, the weather it's unbeatable. Like Sargent, Nebraska, the weather isn't always accommodating. I heard you guys had like blizzards the other week. Like,
yeah, snow disappears there, CJ, in like one day. It'll snow real hard, and then the next day it's gone. Like it's the craziest dynamic, I think, of being a place in the mountains.
Exactly. Sunniest city in America, as my father told me the day I was moving up. So,
yeah, Denver has the most Sundays out of any city in America. You would have never guessed that, but it's crazy. Beautiful city, like CJ said, and definitely a place for a younger audience. You know, once you get,
I'm a young guy. I can move to Denver.
Absolutely.
I'm only 35. What's going on?
Come on over.
Let's transition to a discussion that CJ and some of his brothers, we go back and forth on some of these topics, Strick, from
in the group chat, so that they know it's a group chat where it gets rowdy in the conversations. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know, I got to chat with the kids, all the kids, and you know, we'll get into the Drake against Kendrick Lamar. You know, it's just different things we'll talk about. But one of these things that have touched our soul is obviously basketball, and old school gets us new school, you know, this era against that era. And I want to preface by saying all these great players, you can't take away from that era and where they were and the moment they were playing. You just can't take away from that. So you have to just give them all props if they perform. But that being said, because I got to turn up here just a little bit, we're going to talk about Jokic, right? Because CJ swears up and down that Jokic is one of the best centers of all time, and he's creeping his way up to one of the best player of all time, if you ask him. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to state your case, CJ. Tell me why do you hold Jokic at such high esteem?
Okay. Well, it's not just because I'm in Denver. I think that anyone who watches basketball and is a ball knower can see what Jokic has done the last, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. It feels like he gets better and better as the years go on. The big man that we see now, like the back to the basket big man is dead. When Eric used to play back in the 70s, that big man is dead.
Hey, shots fired. Bow. Bow, bow, bow.
What? What? I told you I'm 35, man. You ain't speaking facts, man.
Hey, listen, if we were in the bang, bang.
Chitty bang bang.
Listen,
next time I see CJ class, we pulling me and you are pulling a Will Smith and Martin Lawrence scene on him.
Yes.
When he came to the door looking to see the daughter, we gonna pull that scene on him.
Here's what CJ and here's what it makes it tough to have this discussion with some of the younger adults. We got a chance to see all of them, right? I got to see Shaq, Hakeem, a little bit of
Ewing.
I got Tim Duncan.
You even got to see Sabonis in his. Sabonis
Kareem,
was a mother.
I got to see Kareem towards the end, towards the end in the 80s. I saw some Kareem, and I like Jokic. His stat line. See, that's the thing. Sometimes the stats don't tell the whole story, right? The stats don't always tell the whole story. Like when I saw Shaq, he was dominant, like physically opposing. And when he played, I mean, he was just the best on the court. Obviously towards the end of his career, he kind of fell off. He was just collecting checks, but it's really tough to picture Jokic against Shaq.
Yeah, so for me, I think CJ and listen, I think I partially agree with you because I really do believe that Jokic at the end of the day will definitely be for me a top 5 big man of all time, if not elevate to the level. The reason being is because of the versatility that he presents. Now, there were guys that were versatile back in the day. There were there were Rick Smits. There was Sabonis, there was Ilgauskas. There were a lot of guys, and it's crazy that a good portion of them are, from overseas that had that diversity of their game. But what's unique about that time, and it's similar to the discussion that we have about Jordan. Jordan, they used to say, "Oh, he can't shoot threes." He didn't have to. You see what I'm saying? But he was capable, and Jordan had a transcendent, evolving game. He had a game that could evolve if it happened to evolve in his time. So you got to see glimpses of it through Kobe because that's the closest resemblance that you have about that transition. And then a lot of people will say, "Well, Steph Curry couldn't have played in this time." No, Steph could. There's guys that have that crossover ability. You know what I'm saying? That they can cross. I think Jokic could cross, but I think Jokic wouldn't be the same because he would have to face David Robinson, who was very quick feet. He was an anomaly of his time. You had guys like Hakeem. You had, guys, Shaq, and those guys could move their feet. So, but then they had size and athletic abilities to make problems for Jokic. So he would have made himself a little bit more perimeter dominating. So I agree with you. And then there's some pushback. And this is what makes it tough to talk across, time periods.
No, I'm a LeBron guy. My father's a Michael guy. We're going to argue until our faces are blue. But at the end of the day, it's an opinion. It's an opinion based. You can give as many facts. I can give 10 facts and 9 of them go to LeBron and then you go, oh, but Michael has 6 rings, and everyone's just going to pick the rings over that. You know, that's just going to happen. Can I share facts? Can I share a stat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also want to give a quick shout out to the Squadly boys. They run the Clester Johnson hate group for his previous takes on Jokic. So shout out to you guys. Okay. This year alone, Jokic's plus minus is he's a plus 26 with Jokic on the court. The Nuggets, their offensive rating is a 128, which would be the highest offensive rating of all time. The greatest team offense rating was actually last year's Celtics, which was 124. So with Jokic on the court this year alone, they're the greatest offense ever in NBA history. With him off the court, their offensive rating is a plus 105, which is the worst in the last 10 years. Like, they are the historically bad with him off the court, which gives him a plus 26 offensive rating, which is the highest single season of all time. Do you know who has the next 2 highest single season ratings? Jokic as well, with plus 19. And that's just every year. He's just getting better and better. He's only 29 as well. Before turning 30, he's the only player ever to have 18,000 points, 9,000 rebounds, 6,000 assists. Only player ever to do that. Now, basketball has changed. Curry has killed basketball in the way that three-point shooting you can't play basketball without having three-point shooting now. Which has killed big man. I mean, the last great dominant back to the board big man I can think of would, I don't know, probably be Dwight Howard. If I could.
Dwight Howard. Good.
Off my mind.
I see you. Okay.
Hey, he's talking facts. He's talking facts.
He's talking facts.
And even if you saw Dwight at the end of his career, he started chucking up threes because Steph Curry has changed the game.
Yeah.
And Jokic is shooting 41% from the three-point line. This shit, don't get twisted. But
no. You right, bro. I've got absolute love for Jokic, but I will absolutely unequivocally throw this one back, because that's a fallacy right there, and that's everybody's go-to. G Money, no, my boy. I'm sorry to tell you that. That's it. Hey, don't make me get Montgomery up in here.
Hey, I will
get my hat, throw it in the air. We're sending everybody at you.
Let me throw this in here.
We got to go to break after that, Kless.
You will have, this year, this era has the advantage of technology, right? There was no technology back then, so you can't say plumbers and electricians. You played against who you played against. You can't crap on the era. And without that era, there could be no this era. So there you have it.
You're a product of where you were born.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
right. Eric was in the
because
70s.
I tell you this, CJ, Stricky would have broke the record for NIL. You wouldn't have got there, my boy. You wouldn't have got there, my boy. Stricky would have broke the record if I was in the NIL.
Maybe. Hey, I never got to see you play. I've only heard how great you were. I only got to hear stories of you jumping over people, 360ing.
Hey, I got a few VHS tapes. I got a reel to reel. I got a few reel to reel with Strick.
That's gonna take us to our final break, man. Great stuff. So again, well spit, man. There's not much I can push back on that, but I will say that there's definitely some centers that have a uniqueness to them, and he's one of the most unique. That literally is like the engine that makes everything run, and without that engine, nothing runs. And that's an amazing thing, and especially to come through a center in a very guard-heavy, dominated league for the last decade and a half. So great stuff, CJ. We're gonna come back and we'll talk about some NCAA picks. The NCAA March Madness. I ain't seen much madness right now, but we're gonna still talk about it when we get back. WTF? We Talk Facts. We'll come back with a little March Madness breakdown. Right after this.
Bang, bang. 70s. Bam, bam.
Veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays. Games of bowling, shoe rental, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
I used to smoke. I thought of cigarettes as my best friend.
They were always there for me when I needed a break.
I also thought cigarettes were my best friend, and then they gave me peripheral artery disease.
I smoked and had a stroke. Actually, multiple strokes.
I smoked and have heart disease. Here's my tip. If cigarettes are your friend, you need a better friend.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Lester.
Final segment here on WTF We Talk Facts. I almost had to, for G Money, I almost had to toss the Montgomery hat and send my guys into the water, swimming, coming. It was about to jump off, but we had to pass on that. Quick segment here to talk about the NCAA Final Four. Kyle Johnson, there he is. So check this out. See, we'll start with Cluster, and then we'll go to CJ, and we're talking about the Final Four. Who do you envision being in the Final Four, and has it been madness or just March for you?
No, I think things have so far gone to plan. There hasn't been a ton of upsets. There's been a few, but I have Michigan State, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee in the Final Four. All my teams are still alive, and the SEC's been the strongest conference this year. They got 7 teams in the Sweet 16, which is unheard of. So by far, they've been the strongest conference. And I don't know what it is about this kid from Florida, this Clayton Jr., but he's going to take them there. I got Florida winning it all.
Okay. CJ, real quick, break it down, and then I'm just going to give a little quick overview.
Yeah. I have, there's a saying that goes January, February, Izzo, April, May. I got Sparty in the Final Four. Got to go with my guy, Frankie Fiddler. I got Florida as well, as Senior said, Walter Clayton Jr. and Elijah Martin, who has also been to the Final Four with FIU a couple years ago with some 7-footers. I think they're looking fantastic. They have the best backcourt in basketball, in college basketball, in my opinion. I got Duke, who I think is the deepest team. They can easily go 12 deep off their bench. And they're the tallest team as well. Their starting point guard is 6'5", and it just gets bigger from there. And then I'm going Houston. Kelvin Sampson has always prided himself on his defense, but this is his best offensive team he's had. So I think they're finally going to get over that hump. I have Duke and Florida in the Natty, and I'm going to give me one of these.
So here's what I'm going to say. I think what's been crazy about this tournament is I think it's been a show of why NIL changes the landscape of the game. Why you don't have a lot of these young up and coming teams, these FAUs. You don't have a lot of these anymore because what happens is they get poached. Your Omahas get poached. And so although you see in this bracket, you'll see Arkansas, they poke their head out, but Arkansas's got money. So it ain't that they happen to be in a very good conference and they just happen to fall down as far as their seeding. It's not that they don't have money to spend. We know that they do. Just look at the coach. A lot of the top seeds are really pulling things out. And then you go up to the top and you look at BYU, who's facing Alabama. What do they got? Money. Why do I say that? They landed the number 1 guy in AJ DeBansa, and they did it with Moolah. So I'm saying I look at these brackets. I look at it's possibly not going to be a lot of these upset that we used to see as much as we used to see in the past, due to the fact that NIL has changed the landscape of how you're able to accumulate the best of the best at the top, and you're able to pay to do it. So it's pay to play right here in state.
I don't think that – I think yeah, we don't have these Cinderellas that have made it. But if you just look at the Sweet 16 matchups, they're all fantastic games. You know, it's actually kind of nice because usually if a high seed makes it this far, then they just get blown out. Come the Sweet 16, come the Elite Eight. I mean, like, yeah, we got Auburn, Michigan, Michigan State, Ole Miss. Those are great matchups. Florida, Maryland. Speaking of Maryland, their big man they're saying is Jokic Jr. That's just how Jokic is changing the game as well. Texas Tech, Arkansas. I mean, you got an SEC matchup with Kentucky, Tennessee in the Sweet 16. You can't get – I mean, these are all exciting games. I think this is going to be the best round so far because, like you said, in the first two rounds, there wasn't much excitement. I think this is where the tournament's really going to start to pick up, and it'd be a lot more enjoyable.
Final thoughts, Cluster.
The last thing I would say is I agree with pretty much everything you guys said. I don't think it's going to be – we're getting down to crunch time where a lot of these coaches have a lot of experience. And a 2 over a 1 is not, to me, a real upset. So I think you're going to see some I think you're going to see some teams that you know, a blue blood in basketball. You're not going to have any surprise winners this year. You're going to have people who we kind of expected to be there.
There it is. Thank you once again, all of y'all that came in and joined us on WTF We Talk Facts. We will see y'all next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. CJ, thank you for joining us today on WTF Talk Facts. You did spit some facts. We appreciate you, my boy. We hope to see you again, and maybe we'll have a full family affair sometime, all in studio right down there in Lincoln, Nebraska, or maybe a couple that, you know, can't make it because of job requirements and school requirements. But we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Tune in next week, 6 to 7 right here, WTF We Talk Facts. Gotcha.
Peace.